Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith of the Black Quanta GTF here, T3 Live with this week's market wrap-up. And for the most part, here we got SPY at the end of the day. And it's important to be able to see these on multiple time frames. And so here you can see the 1 minute broadening formation that starts really tight. And this will grow and get bigger. So you can see this series of higher highs and lower lows real tight. And then it'll get bigger. Lower low, higher high, lower low. And by the end of the day, start coming back up. And this is just a 1 minute chart. So now, that's going to help you see other things. If we go to the daily chart, and I know I got a lot of lines on here, I'll clean it up for you. But you might remember this from market wrap-ups past. When we get into this business in here, right? February's range, right? We're not getting out of February's range, all right? So when that happens, we can expect these new price discovery broadening formations to appear. So we're not getting out of here, all right? So we're just going back and forth in here. So we talked about on the daily. Back here that we're going to see that, right? So you're going to see this on the SPY. Higher highs, lower lows. Come down and test the bottom down in here. Now you start working your way back up into here to see if we can come back through and test all these highs in here. So what you're going to see in here, all right, is you're going to see how it's tightening up again. Take those guys out. Now, can you come up through here, right? And use this as the continuation broadening formation back up into this stuff. That's what we're going to find out. It's a new month, all right? So, we'll see how that goes because we got QQQ leading the charge up in here, and that's a little better, right? It's a little closer to taking out the highs on the monthlies, coming right back up, see? And so what that gave us today is we got some good stuff in the gig, all the usual big nasty stuff. You had your gig up and you had your Netflix, and sometimes when things start to take off like this, like Netflix going into the highs, one of the things you want to be able to do is recognize how to get in on something. Let's see, where is this here? Yesterday, and this stuff in here. So making sure that you have corrective activity, which means not momentum going straight into like a breakout straight up. So you can see here when it gaps up, remember this is an inside bar, that's a 1 on the scenario. 2 is taking out one side of that, which is this. So 2 up, 2 up. This is a 2 up and then a 2 down, right? And then a 2 down again. And then when you get this is the 2, 2, 2 reversal back into the direction we want to go. And you get in right there on something like Netflix. So just a way to do that kind of thing so you know how to get in on corrective action instead of always buying straight into the highs. Even Apple got involved, and you can see this inside 15 up at the end of the day. But one of the things we look for on the daily is the outside bar 3. Right here, because that's range expansion of that, and then if that expands again, boom, takes off here. So you got this corrective activity in here, then the 3, and now back to the top of the range. In general, Apple's doing nothing, but it does go towards the highs. Also had BABA today, was nice, and BABA, once again, you can see this tight formation that it's been in, this tight broadening formation up in here. Higher highs, lower low, higher high. Now here's that 1 inside bar, 2, 1, 2, 2 up. And so then we can look for the 15 minute. And here, when it goes inside 15, we can take that. But as soon as it came back in, you got to get out. Otherwise, it can potentially come all the way back down into this stuff. But then you got a more clean 15 right here. And that was real nice. Boom, 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 straight up from there. And on Fridays, you make sure you want to try and jump on options whenever you can. If we go to small cappers, and the small caps for the month, new highs, all right? And now still skirting on the highs. For the day, not doing much here, as you can see, inside day. And, you got this outside week, right? That's that 3, so that would be a range expansion. Now, if it gets outside of that, we can go after that. But it has to stay outside. Otherwise, you can go outside again. So that's leading the charge. If we go to the diamonds, now a little different here. You do have your weekly hammer to come back through this range. And if you go to the daily, you're going to see this here. Boom, boom, boom. Broadening formation like this. Lower low, higher high, lower low. Now, if the diamonds can start coming through here, if everything can start going gangbusters, we'd be looking for any continuation through here, and then stocks in the Dow that would help do that. One of the problems you had this week was crude oil dumping. You see that crude does the dump, the 2 reversal day, then the 2 back down, and then drops into here. And that was a 3 week, all right, outside part of the downside. And then you come in today when they start hitting them, and you go hunting guys like Concho, CXO, right? So Concho, here's the broadening formation in here. All right. Lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high, boom, all the way back to lower low. And so once you start coming through here, we're looking for continuation patterns like here, the 2 down, 2 up, 2 down. And then as we came in this morning, on the 15-minute, there's your 3. Outside bar, range expansion. Attempt one side of the range, attempt the other side, and then just steamroll them down through here. You have an inside 15 here. Even if you want to slow it down to a 60, you got your outside 60, and just hit it right there. Real nice. Another thing I do is I make videos on Facebook for T3 Live. If you're not a member of that, go on Facebook and join our crew over there. We make a lot of good videos over there. And I talked about Coherent this week. And one of the things I talked about was on usually you've heard turnaround Tuesday, but this week it was on Wednesday because we didn't have that. And so what happened here on Tuesday, the first day of the week, gaps up into here, right? Which is fine, right? That's fine. But if it doesn't, the reason that's important is because we want to know what the weekly direction is. So on Tuesday or the second day of the week, or be it the second week of the month or the second hour of the day, everything needs to reconfirm or negate what we already knew to be true. So this thing broke to the upside. But then as it breaks down through here, now it's taking the direction of the week, which is opening here, and the day and the 60 all back red and into here. Now if you take that 60, you're going to see this. The 3-1-2 Chicago setup right there. Kapow. And this thing never looked back. And then you had your blip down into here. But one of the things you want to look for, too, is once something has the ability to be a 3 or an outside bar, that's your magnitude. What I mean by that is once this thing starts screaming back into last week's range, we're looking to go right through it, right? So our target is to go below 166.63, which it did, and then pop back up. But if you go back to that 60, that's how we can keep staying in here, this stuff, because that's pretty much where it's going. We know that. So then if you take this out a little bit more, like so, we're looking to take this out, broadening formation. Here, broadening formation will get bigger. It did. Down, up, down, and take out both sides. See this? And that's how you know that a broadening outside bar is a broadening formation, right? Because it takes out both sides of the range. So once it attempts one and starts ripping back through, we're going to take that out, which it did. Another thing we had today was IBB. IBB starting to poke up, and here's that bam, 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 broadening formation. You get up into here. So we'll see. It's just the beginning of the month. We start off the week here. All right, coming up a bit. So when you see stuff starting to do that, you just go gunning through everything, and you get nectar. So nectar, once again, to start the day here, we got this outside 60. There's that 3-2 setup right there. Boom. All right. 8180 right above that. Boom. Straight up. And so one of the things you want to do is be looking at multiple time frames. Right? Always. Right? When somebody shows you a daily chart and tells you what they think, that they get an I. That's an incomplete. Right? So when this takes this out, right? One of the things you want to look for is more pivots to go after. Because anybody short this thing, they're going to be short against that. We're going to take them out. That's why people who think they see wedges, that's why that works. Anyway, so if that works, what is that going to do? First of all, you're going to be an outside day. Right? So we're looking to take this out. Right? The 83.47. To go outside day because of this, which it does, right? Then when that works, we're looking to go outside week above 86.63, and at that point, it also takes out monthly hammer, the 2 down, 2 back up monthly hammer above 86.88, and then at that point, you get back in here, get yourself a nice inside 15 or an inside 15 here, reconfirming that here, 42, takes all that stuff out, comes back in here, 86, 87, boom, you're right on that number, and boom, off you go. So a lot of good stuff in there, and I hope that helps. So basically what we're going to be looking for is how that SPY gets out of here, whether the diamonds can catch up, and of course subsectors and whatnot. The SPY can start coming back up. Challenge this thing here. This is the continuation pattern. Stop them out here and now try and go. And we'll see if those Dow Jones diamonds pick up and how the effect of oil and oil stocks in there and who's going to do it. All right, that's going to do it for this week. I'm Rob Smith, the Black Quantity GTF here at T3 Live. Hope you all had a great week and have an even better weekend. I'll see you next week right here.